Have you ever felt stuck watching other people get promoted while you keep doing great work and getting little more than a thank you? If so, the real question may not be whether you deserve a promotion, it may be whether you know how to ask for a promotion in a way that makes saying yes feel like the logical next step for your employer. Hi, I am Michael Akbar with Yes Career Coaching. In this video, you will learn how to ask for a promotion with the right timing, the right preparation, and the right conversation strategy so you can position yourself for real career growth instead of just hoping someone notices. And if you want expert help preparing your promotion case, sharpening your positioning, or deciding whether your next best move is internal advancement or a stronger opportunity elsewhere, schedule a consultation with Yes Career Coaching through the link below. Now, let's get into it. The first thing to understand is this. Asking for a promotion is not begging for favor. It is not being pushy. And it is not just walking into a manager's office and saying, I think I'm ready. Done poorly, that can fall flat. Done well, it becomes a business case. That is the shift. The strongest promotion conversations are not emotional pleas. They are strategic discussions about value, readiness, and a business need. That means the first step is timing. Timing matters more than many people realize. The best time to ask is not just when you feel impatient. It is when the company has a reason to say yes and when you have evidence that supports the move. So let's look for moments when your impact is especially visible. Maybe you just led a strong project. Maybe you solved a problem others were struggling with. Maybe you have been taking on responsibilities at the next level already. Maybe the company is growing, restructuring, or expanding. Maybe performance review season is coming up. Those moments create leverage. You want to bring up the conversation when your value is fresh, visible, and tied to something that the company cares about. That is very different from asking out of frustration after a bad week. The second piece is preparation. Preparation is where confidence comes from. If you go into this conversation with only a vague sense that you have been doing a good job, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. You need specifics. You need a record of accomplishment. You need measurable results when possible. You need to be able to show not only that you work hard, but that your work creates value. So document your wins. What did you improve? What did you lead? What did you save? What did you streamline? What did you grow? What problems did you solve? How did your work support revenue, efficiency, customer satisfaction, team performance, or strategic priorities? Do not assume your manager remembers all of this. You need to bring that evidence into focus. Then research the role you are actually aiming for. This is critical. Do not make the conversation only about getting promotion in a vague sense. Make it about stepping into a specific next level role. Understand the responsibilities of that role. Understand how it is defined in your company if possible. Understand the market value as well. Because if you're asking for bigger scope, title, and expectations, you should also understand the compensation conversation that may follow that. The strongest candidates for promotion are not just saying, I want more. They are showing, I already understand what this role requires. I am already operating in many of those ways, and I am ready to formalize that value. That brings us to the conversation itself. One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating this like a hallway chat. Do not do that. Schedule a dedicated meeting. Make it clear that you want to discuss your growth, your trajectory, and your path forward. That signals professionalism and gives your manager space to prepare. Then when you are in the conversation, lead with clarity. You might say something like, I would like to talk about my growth here and what it would take to move into the next level role. Over the past several months, I've taken on more responsibility in these areas, delivered these results, and I believe I am operating in ways that align with the next step. Then walk them through your case, calmly, professionally, specifically. Show the work, show the impact, show the alignment, and then ask directly, not aggressively, directly. Something like, based on the level I'm operating at and the results I've been delivering, I would like to discuss what it would take for me to be considered for promotion into the role. Notice the tone. It is confident but collaborative, strong but not combative. That is important, because one of the best ways to ask for a promotion is to make it a strategic discussion, not a confrontation. And here is something many people miss. This conversation should include listening, not just presenting. Once you state your case, give your manager room to respond. Ask thoughtful follow-up questions. What would you need to see from me to support that move? Are there specific gaps you would want me to close? What would make this an easier yes? This turns the conversation into a partnership. It also helps you gather the real information. Sometimes the issue is readiness. Sometimes it is timing. Sometimes it is internal politics. Sometimes it is budget. Sometimes your manager agrees with you, but there is a process that has to be navigated. You want to learn what is actually true, not just live with some assumptions. Now, let's talk briefly about compensation. Yes, if the promotion means significantly greater responsibility, a raise should absolutely be part of the package. But the cleanest way to handle this is usually to anchor first on the role and the value, then address compensation as part of the promotion package. In other words, do not lead with money, lead with business value and readiness. And if the promotion moves forward, compensation becomes part of the normal and justified discussion. And what if the answer is no, or not yet? This is where a lot of professionals lose momentum. But a no does not have to be a dead end. In many cases, it is simply information. The wrong move is to get defensive or discouraged and leave with vague disappointment. The stronger move is to get clarity. Ask, what specific area would I need to strengthen to be considered for this promotion in the next 6 to 12 months? What results would you need to see? What experiences would make the strongest case? Is there a realistic timeline we can work together? Then turn that into a plan, a real plan, with goals, visibility, and a follow-up date. This matters because if your manager says not yet, but cannot articulate what would change the answer, that tells you something. And if they can articulate it, now you have something actionable. Either way, you are gathering career intelligence. And that helps you decide whether your best path is to keep building internally or start positioning yourself for a stronger external move. That is one reason these conversations are so valuable, even when they do not end with an immediate yes. They reveal the truth. They show you how the company sees you, what it values, and whether there is a real path forward. So let's bring this together. If you want to know how to ask for a promotion, remember this. It is less about asking and more about demonstrating. Demonstrating timing, demonstrating value, demonstrating readiness, demonstrating that promoting you solves a business need, not just a personal desire. Pick the right moment. Prepare your evidence. Research the role. Schedule a real conversation. State your case clearly. Listen carefully. And if the answer is not yet, leave with specific, not confusion. That is how smart professionals handle career growth. And if you want help building a stronger promotion strategy, clarifying your internal value, or deciding whether to pursue advancement where you are, or leverage your market value elsewhere, Yes Career Coaching can help. Schedule a consultation through the link in the description, and we will help you approach this strategically, confidently, and with much stronger odds of success. And if this video helped you, subscribe for more practical guidance on promotions, leadership growth, and career advancement. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.